Hello and welcome to my studio. This video is designed for those who are interested in animating or for those who are just wondering how did she do that. In my latest venture, that I had a story about two frogs. It was necessary to have one frog hop into the scene. So in order to do that, I had to use a little bit of movie magic. That's what I'm going to explain to you today is how did she do that. First of all, I needed a little help. So I went to my favorite store and I had them cut some plastic for me. I don't know if you can see this very well on camera, but I'll try to describe it for you. It's actually two pieces of plastic with spacers in between it, and I had them cut it in an arc shape because that is how a frog is going to travel. From here, across here, and then the reason it ends so abruptly is that the frog is going to land on my paper mache rock. And this is at the right height so that the frog can land onto the rock. Keeping in mind that flat angles are not as best in movies, but you want to work with 3/4 angles instead, then I angled this so that my frog is going to be jumping towards the camera, and you still get a nice view of the face and the legs without, well, it avoids that side profile shot. So in my scene, this is angled this direction, and it comes up to the rock. So the frog comes in this way. This is my frog model, and as you know, clay can be quite heavy. So one problem that I discovered is that as the clay model was sitting on the plastic guide, then the plastic guide was starting to cut into the clay model because it was just too heavy and it was starting to naturally slice through it. So what I did is I used a stiff piece of wire that I coated with the clay so that you wouldn't notice it as much. So it's coated with the same color as my model. And then I laid it across the rails. I'm using this as an example so that you can see it on camera better. But if you just lay this across the top here, and then you put the heaviest part of the model against the stick, then as you move along, then the model won't get cut up as much by the rails. And then also, because my model is a sitting model, then I created the jumping legs. So as she's facing forward and laying across there, then she has her legs splayed out in the back as if she's jumping. So you can see as she travels up, it looks like a more natural movement. Next, I'll show you the movie that I made using my model and the plastic guide as it moves across into the scene. Now you'll see that there's places where the light captures the plastic, whether it's in flares or shadows, and so it looks like I have special guides. After you finish taking your pictures, you will need to go back through it with your favorite photo editing program and take out the lighting flares and the shadows and basically the little hints that show that you used a secret weapon to have your model move into the scene. And then I'll show you the final results that I had in my movie. I hope this has been helpful, just to show you some of the tricks that you can use when animating your favorite object.